In this video, we are going to see how to find the number of missing integers between two indices. Hello, I'm Jagan. I am posting this video to share my knowledge in Python language with you. If this assists you in your interview preparation anyways, I will be happy. The question we are going to discuss in this video is, we will be given an array of sorted integers without duplicates and two indices I and j will be given. Write a function to calculate the number of missing integers between those two indices. Okay, let's have the input string as src, which has numbers 2, 7, 8, 9 and 15, and I and j are the starting index and the ending index. So if I is 0 and j is 1, okay, so what will be the values for the I and j? So src of I is 0, which is 2, right? So the first index, and the second one is src of j, which is 1, that is the second index, 7. So what they are asking is, find the integers between 2 and 7, which is 3, 4, 5 and 6, right? So we have to find the integers between the given index 0 and 1, and then you return the length of 3, 4, 5 and 6, right? So get the length of that list which is having the missing integers between the interval, which is 4. If suppose I is 0 and j is 2, that means src of 0 equal to 2, src of 2 equal to 8. So we have to find the interval between 2 and 8, which is equal to 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So the length of the list is going to be 5. What if the index I equal to 1 and j equal to 2? So src of 1 equal to 7 and src of 2 equal to 8. So we have to find the integers between 7 and 8, which is a blank. There is no integers between 7 and 8, right? So the length of that list is going to be 0. Okay, so these are the scenarios we are going to cover. Let's start with our usual logic, looping function. Before that, start with the function. Okay, so we create our own function, grow with data, and the inputs are the list, the integer I, the integer j. Okay, so we are going to have a list, and then the starting point is going to be the index I, and the end is going to be src of j. Okay, now we are going for a for loop for k in range start plus 1 and end, right? Because starting point is going to be 2, we don't want to consider that. We have to go to the next number, right? 3, 4, and the ending is going to be 7, which we don't want to include. It has to go till 6. So in the previous videos we have seen how the range works, right? It will take from the starting number. The default is 0. So if we give 2 as a starting point, it will consider 2. So we are adding 1. So we start with 3, and the end is going to be 7, and it always ignore the end. So the range is good. So whatever the looping comes in, we are going to append that to the list variable, append k. Okay, let's finish the loop and then print the missing values are the list, and we return not the list but the length of the list. Okay, let's call the function. So what is the value? I1 and 2. 1 and 2 is the last one, which is 0. Good. Let's start with the first one, 0 and 1. The 0 and 1 is the first option, is supposed to be 3, 4, 5 and 6, which is showing up here. The second is 0 and 2, which is going to be 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, which is 5. And we tried 1 and 0, which is 0. So it's a simple one, right? Okay. Is there any other way we can make it simpler? Just see what we are doing. We are getting the integers based on the index I and j, right? 2 and 7, right? For example, we want to find the integers between 2 and 7, right? So which is 7 minus 2 is going to be 5, right? But it's supposed to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like 2 moves from 2 to 7. So we have 5 because it get 7 minus 2 is 5. But we don't want 7, right? We should not consider the start and the end. So what we do? We can just say 7 minus 2, ignore the starting point 1, right, which is equal to 4. Same way, if you want to consider 2 and 8, right, 2 and 8, you can say 8 minus 2 minus 1, which is equal to 5, which is what we tried here, right? And third one, we say it's 7 and 8, so equal to 8 minus 7 minus 1, to ignore the 8, which is equal to 0, which is what we saw here. So instead of going for all the looping assignments and everything, what we can do is we can simply say you don't go for anything, just return src of j, which is 7 or 8 or whatever the second index is, minus src of I minus 1. Okay, so it gives the same answer. Let's get the values here and we try it here. So we have is 0 and js 2, so it gives you 5. Is 0 and js 1, which is supposed to be 4, and 1 and 2 is 0, right? So this is another way of doing it. Don't need to go for all the declarations. This is small logic which we can trick in. So how will you do our practice code, which we haven't discussed in the few videos now? We just have our function assert and we put all the parameters and we check if it's pass or fail, and then we can run for multiple test cases, right? Okay. That's all in this video. Hope this helps. Thank you.